Well, hi. Today is Monday, January 26, 2025. I'm Todd Studer, and this is Morning Coffee. Coming up on today's show, we are going to talk with an animal control officer for Pottawattamie County. Her name is Abby Legget. And she is very knowledgeable about some of the different communities and what some of the animal ordinances are. And also, she's involved in enforcement and just a lot of different things, handles complaints, and fascinating conversation. And that is today's topic. The animal control officer for Pottawattamie County, Abby Legget, joining us today on Morning Coffee. Morning Coffee brought to you by Steve Erlob, your Edward Jones financial advisor in Council Bluffs. Learn how he can help you reach your financial goals. Visit edwardjones.com for more. Edward Jones, member SIPC. Bloomworks Floral, bringing beauty to Council Bluffs for years with fresh floral arrangements. Yeah, Hooked on Phonics worked for me. And also, they can help you with every moment worth celebrating. They specialize in creative wedding design, stunning sympathy flowers, thoughtful gift bouquets, and local delivery. Whether you want blooms for a special event or just to brighten someone's day, it's Bloomworks Floral, combining local charm with expert craftsmanship. Visit ebloomworks.com. After a 2-year renovation, a true downtown Council Bluffs landmark is open once again, right where we are broadcasting or webcasting from, if you will. It is the Park Building, fully refreshed, all the modern amenities. They still have the historic charm here that just makes this building so special. And office spaces are now available, from a single one-room office starting at just $400 per month to full floor suites at $15 per square foot. Tenants enjoy shared conference space on the third floor, guest Wi-Fi, flexible 12-month leases, and a location that puts you in the heart of Council Bluffs. The Park Building, open and ready for business. And a leak, a clogged drain, or a big remodel, that's when you call Waldstein Plumbing in Council Bluffs. Fast, reliable service, and expert craftsmanship. Everything from small repairs to major installations. Residential or commercial, big or small, when plumbing problems strike, call Waldstein Plumbing. Visit waldsteinplumbing.com for a free estimate. Abby Legget is an animal control officer with Pottawattamie County, and she's come into the studio today. Good to see you.
Yes, you too. I'm happy to be here.
It's a little bit chilly outside as we're talking today. Tell me about your day-to-day job. I mean, here's what I'm imagining.
Yeah.
You're driving around, you're looking for strays, you're just getting
Just the typical dog catcher.
Yeah, that's the image that comes into my. I know I'm
Tom
wrong.
and Jerry.
I know I'm wrong, but I just wanted to learn a little bit more about what you do.
Yes. So what we do as an animal control officer is we investigate complaints with people if they have a barking complaint, like their neighbor has a dog, has been outside all day. So what we do is we investigate that. Sometimes people over-exaggerate what's actually happening. Sometimes it's also a neighbor feud. So sometimes people just don't like their neighbor, and so they try to find every little excuse just to get their neighbor in trouble. So sometimes we have to kind of go through all those obstacles to see what's really going on, to see if there's actually a complaint that is valid and what we need to do to abate the nuisance.
So you're also a therapist.
We are, yes, full blown. It's more of a people problem. It's people problem with animals. So we do help the public with all of that. And then we also do bite investigations for rabies. So if you get bit by a dog, that dog needs to be quarantined for 10 days to examine for rabies. Whether they're up to date on their shots or not, they still need to be quarantined either at home or at a shelter.
Now, you cover the entire county, correct?
I do. And the county is big. I don't do the city of Council Bluffs. So the city of Council Bluffs is its own entity with their own staff. Mm-hmm. They're a team of 5. I'm a team of 1. For the whole county. And I do all the little cities, so like Underwood, Avoca, Carson. I do investigate things for those little cities. But
do each of the smaller communities have their own rules and regulations, or are they under county?
Good question. So they do have their own rules that they have to abide by. A lot of it is copied from the county, so it matches our rules. So I do have to go with their county code if there is a complaint within the city of, let's say, Underwood. Mm-hmm. They had a running at large case, meaning that the dog was off the property in someone else's yard. Those are going to follow the county code, but we still have to follow Underwood's code for that.
That makes sense. And it's got to be difficult to keep track of. I mean, we got a lot of towns.
We do. We got a
So,
lot of little towns.
yeah,
They're
so
little towns.
to make sure that you know, okay, we're here and it's okay here, but it's not okay over here, kind of thing.
Yes. The biggest thing for these little towns is that some allow pit bulls, some do not. So I know Avoca's a big no pit bull. So is the city of Neola is also one for no bulls, no pit bulls. So those ones we have to make sure that people are following because that's very strictly enforced.
Well, I'm going to give you an opportunity to tell me I'm wrong about something because
Oh,
I have an opinion
perfect.
about the pit bull thing, and
Oh,
I know
tell me.
it's kind of passion. You know, if people love pit bulls, they really love them. And,
Oh, yes.
yeah, and
They're
it's-
activists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so. So here's my point of view on it. I don't know that a pit bull is any more aggressive or vicious than any other breed. I don't know that, but what I do know is that if a small little toy poodle gets a hold of my ankle,
Yeah.
I'm just kind of kicking him over into the next yard.
Yeah.
If a pit bull gets a hold of my ankle, he's dragging me to that yard.
Oh, yeah.
That's the difference, is that, as one comedian called it, is those P90X bodies that they have that are, you know, they are just built
They're
and
jacked.
very, very strong.
Yeah.
So that's the difference. And I know my father, this happened down in Georgia, but my father actually saved somebody, his neighbor, from a pit bull attack.
Yeah.
Made the news and everything about it. So I do know that has happened, but does it happen with that breed any more than any other? I don't know.
Yeah. So pit bulls, they are known for their lockjaw. So when they do close down on their victims, it's forever.
Right.
Like it's till they're gone.
Right.
And what you said again, like the little miniature poodle, yeah, you just kick them off and be like, oh, that was a little scrape.
Yeah.
That was done. But yeah, so a lot of people who do, they love pit bulls, and it's a good breed. I've met so many amazing pit bulls that you're just like, wow, I want to take you home. And then there's some, you're like, you just look in their eyes and you're like, I don't know if I can trust you.
Yeah, it's difficult. And I know I'm friends with someone who is a dog trainer that and works with pit bulls and understands them very well. And
Yeah.
and you know, he would defend it, saying this is just a misunderstood breed. And I understand completely what he's saying.
Yeah.
But it also, I think you need to respect the breed, don't you?
Yeah. Yep. So a lot of times the breed, you have to know what you're getting into. And there's some people that just really love that breed. And then there are other people who want to just try it out and, you know, they get it. It's just not something that they thought was what they wanted. So we do have a lot of those. We do have some surrender situations where if the dog bit once, then it's going to bite again. So we do have a lot of that in pit bulls. I will say that German Shepherds are the ones I get called out for bites the
Really?
most. Pit bulls are second, but German Shepherds are actually the most because they just go after people and they don't stop. Where pit bulls have to be provoked for the most part. So whether that be like you give somebody a hug and they didn't like that person, they're going to go after them. Where German Shepherds just see somebody walking down the road and they're gone. Yeah, they're going to go chase them. So that's kind of the difference of the breed. You just have to really know what you're getting into with that breed and how you can protect them, because that's what you're doing. You're protecting them from sometimes their behavior, whether that be training that you would have to provide for them or and sometimes the dogs are just great. You get them as a puppy and you raise them how you want, and they just turn out amazing.
Yeah, I had a friend that had a German Shepherd. It was the sweetest dog that I've ever
Oh,
been around.
yeah.
You know, just so wonderful. And I know people would ask, say, is it okay? And oh, he's a
Yeah,
puppy.
he's fine.
Go ahead. Yeah,
Yeah.
no worries at all. But it's about being responsible.
It is.
And it's about learning about, I mean, if you want to be a pet owner, you need to know.
The research.
Yeah,
behind it.
and understand personalities and tendencies and things like that. And I would encourage, get a hold of somebody that is a professional and let
Yeah.
them teach you. We've
Yep.
got people in the area.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I think that that would be again, I'm just from a completely novice point of view. I personally don't own any pets.
You
Not
don't
be-
have any pets?
Not because I don't like animals, I do. It's because I also like my freedom.
Oh, okay.
So, like I'm getting on a plane tomorrow and I'm flying south.
Uh-huh.
I'm not looking to board a dog while I'm gone.
Yeah.
So that's part of it.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. So yeah, we do a lot, I guess, kind of going back to other responsibilities that we do on the side of biting investigations and rabies. We also do a lot of I already said it, running at large. We also do a lot of court cases, and zoning ordinance. So horses,
Okay.
some people have them just in their backyard.
In
And
town?
not in Council Bluffs, but just on the outskirts of town. They just think that they're in the county. They can just have this horse on like maybe less than a quarter of an acre. And so they just have like this massive horse that has no shelter, just standing in a little fenced in yard that they made with pallets. I've had to do a couple of those.
Wow.
So, and zoning complaints are my worst cases because it's hard to tell somebody they can't have their animal on their property. But for horses, it is 2 acres per horse in the county. And so a lot of people don't know that. They think that, I have an acre. That's going to be totally fine for their horse. But
how about, I see people with goats.
Mm-hmm.
And those kind of can get away. So
what? Goats.
I'm not talking about running away, but I'm saying that goat owners tend to have a lot of them.
They have a lot.
Yeah.
And then they just crawl through any little hole more than a little raccoon. Like they're escape artists. Yeah. They really are. Goats is 10 goats per acre.
10 goats per acre.
Yep. And you have to at least have an acre of land to have livestock.
Now, does that have to be like open ground acre, or can it just be an acre total property and your house is sitting on it?
Yeah, good question. No, it has to be an acre of pasture.
Okay.
So an acre of pasture in the backyard. So behind their house. Some people like to have their horses in front of their house, but that's no. It has to be in the back of the rear yard, at least an acre, to have any sort of livestock. So like pigs is also 10 per acre. Sheep is 10 per acre. A cow is 1 cow per acre. I know that. And then we don't have a code for llamas. I know we do have some llama and alpaca in the county, but they kind of follow that cow code.
I'm thinking of somebody that I know that her house sits at the front of the house and then the ground is to the front of it, and it's all probably has enough ground. But if you're saying it has to be behind the house, I don't know if that qualifies. I'm just
now it makes you think a little bit.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as there's shelters back there, because all livestock has to have shelter.
Okay.
Horses need that enclosed lean-to type shelter. For cows, it could be a tree, or just littler shelters to where they have access to where they can go in and out without getting injured. So as long as there's shelters back there, sometimes people can get away with some of the run, is what we call it, in the side yard. But everything technically to code, it has to be in the rear yard.
Okay. Diane, I'm about to ask her. Chickens.
Oh, yes.
So some places limit the amount you can have, some limit whether you can have a rooster or not. Is there any of those regulations inside the towns? I know you don't cover Council Bluffs, so inside the smaller communities.
Good question. Chickens have came up and they've been super popular since COVID. So since 2020, chickens have skyrocketed.
Well, and plus $5 for a dozen eggs. That'll
do it too. That'll get you too. You be your own backyard gardener and homesteader. But yes, so some of these little cities do. Off the top of my head, I'm unsure, but they regulate it themselves. I know Neola you can, and I know Walnut you can. Walnut is like 6 chickens. I'm pretty sure Neola is 3. But they do it themselves, so I don't really regulate it unless they have chickens in their backyard and they're not allowed to. So the little cities do manage their own. I know Crescent tried to get a chicken ordinance going, and it did not pass. So Crescent, in the city limits, you can't. For the county, you can have an urban chicken permit. It is $75, a one-time fee. If you're zoned R2, which is residential, or if you're less than an acre. So kind of that acre rule of having livestock. If you're less than an acre in an R2 residential area or R3, you can have chickens, but you have to be 50 feet away from the property line and 25 feet away from any dwelling.
So you can't, say, put a fence up and the chickens can go all the way to the edge of the property.
Right.
Right. You wouldn't be able to do that.
No, they
Okay.
can't free range.
Okay.
If you're in a residential. I mean, some people out that have ag land
Mhm.
and they have a chicken coop and they have like 100 acres of property, they can just let their chickens free. A lot of them do just let their chickens free range until they get on a public street. That's when it becomes a problem or a road.
Well,
Sometimes,
for the chicken too. I mean,
you know,
being on a public
chicken
street.
coop. Yeah. They be running in there.
I would think so. It's does your office like handle questions if people are wondering what is legal and what is not legal? Do you do that, or is it just some centralized database?
Yes. So we would love it if people would call. Sometimes people will call. They're like, "Hey, I'm moving to Pottawattamie County. How many dogs can I have?" And so I will it's 4 dogs. You can have up to 4 dogs in the county. Or they want to have chickens, or they want to have 1 goat. One asked for a kangaroo, if they could have a kangaroo in the county. I was like, well, we don't have a code for that. But
Have I ever seen a kangaroo anywhere in Iowa, even at a fair? And I
for
don't think I have.
marsupial, yeah. Do they need, or do they get cold? So, I mean, yeah, we do get a lot of people that request or ask if they can have this on their property, or if they're moving, can I have this on this property?
Mhm.
Which is smart. That's great. So that's one fantastic thing that people can do. They can always just call in. And then dogs do have to be licensed with the county. So all up to 4 dogs has to be licensed, and there's a licensing period. It actually starts now.
Okay.
And they expire February 14th, which is easy to remember because it's Valentine's Day. And you can purchase a 1, 2, or 3-year license as long as their rabies are up to date and they're good. So you can purchase a 1-year tag if their rabies vaccine is good for up to 30 days.
Okay.
A 2-year tag is 1 year and 30 days. And then a 3-year tag is 2 years and 30 days.
What's the process to that? How do people go about doing that? Make sure that they're, in compliance, because do it. I mean, it's a whole lot better than getting a ticket.
Oh, yeah. Yes. So you can do it online. You can license your dog online through Pottawattamie County Animal Control. That's the easiest way.
Mhm.
Or you can mail it in. You can get our application online, or you can come into the public health building, and that's where my office is, and we can get your dog's license there.
Well, I want to circle back just real quickly with the conversation we had about different dog breeds. Look, I'm not saying anything is bad or
Oh,
good.
no. Yeah.
That's not the point to it. But I do think that it's important to understand tendencies of your pet.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, if you have trained your dogs to be gentle, and they are wonderful, I'm not saying that that's not a possibility.
Oh, for sure.
That
Yeah.
I'm not one of those believers of breeds should be banned. I don't
Right. No,
believe
it's
that either. But
Mhm.
at the same time, being responsible.
It's
I
a
think is important.
responsible
Yeah.
pet owner.
Right.
Yes. Yep. There's no discrimination against any breed. And in the county, you can have a pit bull, a cane corso, any of those. There's no breed ban in the county. Just your specific city might have a breed ban if you're in the city limits.
Except for Jack Russell Terriers. Those should be those little yippers. Yeah. Just do nothing but make noise.
Yeah. How long has you been going outside? Yeah. Those guys, them little ankle biters, I tell you what.
Yeah, that's the idea. Well, listen, Abby, thank you so much
Yeah,
for
thanks for
your
having me.
time. And we need all of these different services. We've been talking with a lot of folks in
Mhm.
the county here recently, and the services that you provide are important.
They
It keeps everything moving. It keeps folks honest. It gives people some place to go. What can I do about this situation? Well,
Mhm.
you've got a place to go
Yes.
for that, and that's why I think it's important that we talk about these things and
Mhm.
learn more about it. And you live in the world, so you're in it all the time, so you understand
Yeah.
it. A lot of us, though, it's only comes up every so often, and we just don't know where to turn.
Yes.
So this is
Yes.
the
Yep.
person to turn to.
For sure. Yep. Just animal complaints, licensing, rabies investigation. And if it gets serious enough, we do go to court over those complaints if they're not compliant.
Well, listen, Abby, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And go get some work done, huh?
Yeah. Yeah. I got it. I got an investigation going on after this. So
thank you so much.
All right. Thank you.
Good morning. Start with peace of mind, and Miners Healthcare provides professional in-home support where it matters most, helping individuals maintain comfort, dignity, and independence in their daily lives. Their experienced nursing team focuses on personalized care, clear communication, and supporting families through every step of the process. It's healthcare built on trust, compassion, and real relationships. Learn more about Miners Healthcare and their services at minershealthcare.com. That is going to wrap up today's show. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And again, thank you to Abby Legget for joining us today. We have a great launch to the week, and I'm looking forward to having a successful Monday. My name's Todd Studer. We'll see you back here tomorrow morning.